welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe for more scary stories, or I will come for you. I'd like to thank Jordy for rejoining the Curator's disciples. Your viewership is very much appreciated. If anyone would like early access to my latest stories and an ad-free listening experience, consider becoming one of the Curator's disciples. The link is in the description below. Before we begin, a very special thank you must go out to Grim Reaper, who has been listening and commenting since the inception of the channel. A fucking legend, and a gentleman to boot. This one's for you, my friend. Without further ado, today's story, The Breath Exchange by the Curator. Okay, so my name's Sarah, and I guess I should start by telling you about myself because that's how these stories usually go. I'm 29, single, and I live in this tiny apartment on the edge of a nowhere town. It's one of those places where the streetlights flicker all night and the neighbors don't talk much. I don't sleep good. Haven't for years. Insomnia's been my thing since I was a kid, probably because my dad used to tell me creepy stories before bed, and my brain never shut off after. He'd talk about ghosts and monsters like they were real, and I'd lie there wide awake, imagining them crawling out of the walls. Guess that stuck with me because now I'm kind of a weirdo who's into dark stuff. Like, I don't mean I'm goth or anything. Just, I like the creepy side of life. True crime podcasts, horror movies, all that. It's my adrenaline fix since my actual life's boring as hell. I used to be a nursing student too. Dropped out halfway through because I couldn't handle the stress, but I learned a lot about bodies and how they work. Blood and guts don't freak me out like they do most people. Maybe that's why I ended up where I did. Anyway, I work nights at a gas station now. The kind with sticky floors and a coffee machine that's always broke. It's quiet, leaves me plenty of time to mess around online. That's where this whole thing started. I'd been poking around the dark web for months, not buying anything, just looking. It's like a messed up playground for people like me. Drugs, hacked data, weird forums. I'd sip my burnt coffee and scroll, heart pounding every time I clicked something sketchy. Never told anyone about it. Felt like my dirty little secret. So, this one night, think it was a Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I wake up in my bed, not even sure when I fell asleep. My room's dark, just the glow of my laptop on the floor where I left it. I sit up, and there's this smell. Sharp, like chemicals. Kind of sweet, but not in a good way. It's on my pillow, faint, like someone spilled something and tried to wipe it up. I sniff harder, and it's gone. Just poof. I figure it's nothing, maybe a weird dream messing with my head. I've had those before, where I wake up tasting blood or hearing whispers, but this felt different. I shake it off, grab my laptop, and flop back on the bed. The clock says 3:17 a.m. Perfect time to dive back into the dark web. I'm clicking through sites, same old stuff, guns for sale, some guy ranting about aliens when I find it. This page pops up, all red text on black, no fancy design, just raw. The Breath Exchange, it's called. Sounds weird, right? I think so too, but I'm curious, so I click. The screen loads slow, and when it finally comes up, my stomach flips. It's a marketplace, but not for drugs or weapons. It's people, or parts of them. Listings with thumbnails, blurry at first, but then they sharpen, and I see chests cut open, ribs sticking out, lungs all pink and wet, moving like they're still alive. There's text under each one, Stuff like fresh male, 30s, custom acid burn or female, 20s, glass inhale option, prices in Bitcoin, crazy high numbers. I'm sitting there, mouth dry, staring at this crap, and I can't look away. There's a video link on one. I shouldn't click it, I know that, but my finger's already moving. It buffers for a second, then plays. It's a guy, strapped to a table, shirt gone, chest split wide open. His ribs are cracked apart, and his lungs are heaving, all slimy and alive. Someone off camera shoves a tube in, and this green smoke pours into him. His lungs twitch, starts swelling, and he's screaming, but it's all wet and gurgly, like he's drowning in his own spit. Then one lung pops, literally bursts, and blood sprays everywhere, thick and dark, splattering the camera. The video cuts off. I'm shaking, but not scared. Not yet. It's more like excited. My heart's hammering, and I feel alive, like I've just found something I didn't know I was looking for. I spend hours on that site. There's chat logs, too. Buyers talking about what they want. One guy asks for lungs, stretched so tight they rip. Another wants acid poured in, says he likes the sound it makes. I get it, the medical stuff, because of nursing school. They're messing with the trachea, alveoli, all that crap I used to study. It's sick, but precise, like surgeons did it. I'm hooked, digging deeper, and that smell from my pillow keeps popping into my head. Either, maybe. I remember it from class, how it knocks you out cold. But I push it away, probably just my neighbor cleaning or something dumb. By morning, I've got an idea. I'm decent with computers, not a hacker or anything, but I know how to poke around. I grab some tools off another dark website and start digging into the breath exchange's metadata. Takes me all day, but I find something, a location tied to the video uploads. It's a textile mill, abandoned, like 10 miles from my apartment. I know the place. Everyone does. Big, ugly building, windows all smashed, weeds choking the lot. I sit there, staring at my screen, and my gut's telling me to go. Not to call the cops or anything smart, just go look. I grab a flashlight, my mace from the gas station job, and head out. It's dark by then, no stars, just this heavy black sky pressing down. The mill's worse up close. Smells like rot and wet metal. Air so thick I can taste it. I creep through a busted door, floor crunching under my sneakers with broken glass and dirt. My flashlight shakes a little, beam bouncing off rusted machines and cobwebs. I'm thinking I'm an idiot, but I keep going. There's the steel door in the back, half off its hinges, leading down. Stairs, steep and narrow, disappearing into black. My chest's tight, but I start down. Step by step, air getting colder, sharper. Smells like disinfectant now, mixed with something sour I can't place. At the bottom, I see it. A room, big, lit by these flickering surgical lights hanging from the ceiling. Tiles on the walls, stained red and brown, like old blood never got scrubbed off. Gurneys lined up, maybe 10, and bodies on them. Not dead, moving. Chests cut open, ribs snapped back, lungs pumping like they're trying to breathe through the mess. One guy's got this machine hooked to him, pumping black sludge into his lungs. They swell, turn dark, and he's jerking, veins popping out on his neck until they explode, spraying goo and blood across the tiles. I gag, cover my mouth, but I can't stop looking. Another one's a woman, tubes in her throat, and she's choking, coughing up red froth mixed with glass. actual shards cutting her from the inside. Her eyes are wide, staring at nothing, blood bubbling out her mouth in big, wet globs. There's a guy in the middle of it all, wearing a hazmat suit, yellow and shiny, moving between the gurneys like it's normal. He's got dials and switches, tweaking stuff, and cameras are rolling, red lights blinking. I'm frozen, legs locked, brain screaming to run, but I can't. It's too much, too real. Then I hear it, a hiss, loud behind me. Gas floods in, sweet and thick, like candy gone wrong. My head spins, knees hit the floor, and everything goes black. So, I don't know how long I'm out, but when I wake up, everything hurts. My head's pounding, like someone smashing it with a brick, and my mouth tastes like metal and sugar. I try to move, but I can't. My arms are stuck, my legs too, and there's this cold, hard thing pressing into my back. I blink, eyes all blurry, and the room comes into focus. Those flickering surgical lights are right above me now, buzzing loud, making my skull throb. I'm on one of those gurneys, strapped down tight with these thick leather bands around my wrists and ankles. My shirt's gone, just my bra and jeans, and the air's freezing on my skin. I feel metal digging into my chest, sharp little points, like clamps or something holding me still. I twist my head, trying to see, and that's when I notice him. The hazmat suit guy. He's standing over me, visor all fogged up so I can't see his face, just this blank, shiny mask staring down. He's holding a scalpel, this long, skinny blade that catches the light and glints like it's alive. My heart's slamming against my ribs, and I try to yell, but nothing comes out, just this weak croak. That's when I feel it. There's a tube in my mouth, shoved down my throat, pumping air in and out. I gag, choke, but it keeps going, forcing me to breathe even though I want to scream. He leans in close, and his voice comes through the suit, all raspy and wet, like he's got something stuck in his lungs. "Lung chaser," he says, real slow, dragging it out. My dark web name. My stomach drops. How the hell does he know that? I thrash against the straps, but they don't budge, just cut deeper into my skin. He tilts his head, like he's studying me, and then he moves the scalpel down to my chest. I feel the tip, cold and sharp, right between my boobs, pressing just enough to sting. I'm shaking, tears burning my eyes, but I can't look away. Then he cuts, one long slice, straight down from my collarbone to my belly button. It's slow, deliberate, and the pain hits like fire, spreading out in waves. My skin splits open, wet and hot, and I feel blood running down my sides, pooling under me. I scream, but the tube turns it into this muffled gurgle, spit and air bubbling out around it. He doesn't stop. He grabs something else off a tray, big and metal, looks like pliers, and jams it into the cut. There's this crunch, loud and sick, as he cracks my sternum apart. Bone snaps, one piece at a time, and it's like thunder in my chest, shaking my whole body. I feel every break, every jolt, and my lungs are heaving, trying to keep up. But it hurts so bad I can't think. He pulls the pliers out, and my chest is wide open now. I can feel the air hitting my insides, cold and wrong, and my lungs are right there, quivering, all pink and slimy. They're moving fast, sucking in that forced air from the tube, and I can see them through the tears blurring my vision. He steps back, and another figure rolls up. This one's in a hazmat suit too, but smaller, carrying a cart covered in tools. There's shears with jagged edges, syringes full of weird colored liquids, And this tank with a hose hissing out green steam. My brain's screaming, telling me to get out, but I'm trapped, watching them like it's happening to someone else. The second one grabs the shears first. They're rusted, stained with dark streaks, and they snip them in the air once, testing. Then they lean over me, and I feel the blades dig into my left lung. It's not a clean cut. It's rough, tearing through the tissue, and blood gushes out, warm and thick, splashing up onto their suit. My lung jerks, deflates a little, and the pain's insane, like someone's pouring lava inside me. I'm choking on the tube now, gagging so hard my throat burns, but they keep going. They peel back a chunk of lung, exposing all these tiny air sacs. And I remember them from nursing school, alveoli, little bubbles that keep you alive. They're popping now, bursting under the pressure, and everyone feels like a needle in my chest. The first guy's back, holding a syringe with this yellow liquid sloshing inside. He jams it right into the torn-up lung, plunger down fast, and the second it hits, my whole body lights up. It's acid. I know it is. Eats through everything, bubbling and sizzling like meat on a grill. My lung starts melting, tissue dissolving into this black, gooey mess, and the smell hits me, sharp and sour, mixing with the blood. I'm screaming inside my head, thrashing so hard the straps dig bloody lines into my wrists, but they don't care. The pain's everywhere, every breath pulling more of that acid deeper, shredding me from the inside out. They move to my right lung next. The shears come back, slicing it open long ways, and it's worse this time because I know what's coming. They stretch it, pulling the tissue apart until I hear it rip, this wet, ripping sound that echoes in my skull. Blood sprays out, hits the lights above me, and I feel it dripping back down onto my face, warm and sticky. The smaller one grabs the tank, hooks the hose to a tube, and shoves it into the cut. They turn a valve, and this cloud of yellow gas pours in, sulfur maybe. I feel it hit, and it's like breathing sandpaper. There's glass in there, tiny shards grinding through my airways, cutting everything to pieces. My lung collapses in on itself, blood and mucus pouring out, and I'm coughing, choking, drowning in it while the tube keeps me alive just enough to feel it all. The cameras are rolling. I see them now. Little red lights blinking all around the room. They're filming this, streaming it live, and I get it. The breath exchange. I'm one of their listings now. Some sick bastard's custom order. My body's shaking, convulsing against the straps, and my vision's going spotty, black, creeping in at the edges. I can't scream anymore. Can't fight. Just feel every cut, every burn, every rip tearing me apart. The first guy leans in again, so close I can hear his breathing through the suit, all ragged and excited. He yanks the tube out of my throat, and I gasp, blood spraying out with the air, coating his visor. "You smelled it first," he says, voice low and growly, like he's been waiting to tell me. "The ether, your initiation." I don't get it, not at first. My brain's too fried. He rips off one glove, shows me his hand, scarred and stained with chemical burns, and smears it across my face. That smell, the one from my pillow, hits me hard. Ether, sweet and sharp, mixed with something else, something that knocks you out. He's grinning behind the visor, I can tell, and he keeps talking while the other one preps another tool. "Been dosing you for weeks. Little vents in your room. Prepped your lungs for this." My head spins. That smell wasn't a dream. It was them. They'd been in my apartment, pumping that crap in while I slept, getting me ready for this exact table. I try to scream again, but it's just blood now, thick and choking, filling my mouth. The second one's back with a blade, bigger this time, and they drag it across my diaphragm, slow and deep. My chest caves, and my last breath's a wet, red spray, hitting the camera lens as the world goes dark. I hear him laugh, low and sick, and then nothing. Oh man, was fucking unreal. All right, so my name's Vince, and I'm not gonna bore you with some sob story about my life because, honestly, who gives a crap? I'm 42, live alone in a shitty little house on the outskirts of Cleveland, and I've got money. Not rich, just enough from some shady deals I don't talk about. I don't go out much, don't have friends, don't need them. What I've got is my setup. 3 monitors, dark room, blackout curtains, and a VPN so tight the feds couldn't sniff me out if they tried. I've been on the dark web for years, chasing the rush, the real stuff you can't find on YouTube or those fake gore sites. That's how I found the breath exchange. Best damn thing I ever stumbled on. I've been a regular for months now, dropping Bitcoin like it's pocket change. The listings are my porn. Chests cracked open, lungs twitching, blood spraying in high def. I don't care about the faces or the names, just the meat, the way it moves and breaks. Tonight's special, though. I put in a custom order a while back, 50 Bitcoin, my biggest drop yet. Wanted something fresh, female, lungs prepped with ether so they'd be soft and ripe, then torn apart, slow, acid in one, glass in the other. Told them to stretch it out, make her feel every second. They delivered. Oh man, did they deliver. I'm sitting there, pants already off, towel on the chair because I know how this ends for me. The stream pops up on my main screen, live feed, red time-stamped ticking in the corner. The room's all lit up with those buzzing surgical lights, tiles slick with blood and slime. She's strapped down. Some girl, don't know her name, don't care. Her chest's already split, ribs snapped back like wings. Her lungs are heaving, all pink and wet, quivering with every breath the tube's forcing into her. My heart's pounding, and I'm hard already, just watching those organs dance. The hazmat guy's there, the big one, moving slow like he's putting on a show. He's got the shears, jagged and rusty, and he digs into her left lung. Blood spurts out, thick and dark, splashes his suit, and I lean closer, breathing fast. The tissue tears, ragged, and he peels it back, showing all those little air sacs popping like bubble wrap. I groan, hand moving, because it's perfect, messy, raw, alive. Then he grabs the syringe, yellow stuff sloshing, and jams it in. The second that acid hits, her lung starts melting, bubbling up black and gooey, steam rising off it. The sounds faint through the stream. This wet hiss, but I crank the volume, imagining the sizzle, the way it's eating her alive. My pulse is racing, sweat dripping down my back, and I'm grinning like an idiot. She's thrashing now, straps cutting into her wrists, blood pooling under her. I love that part. The fight, the way her body won't quit, even when it's falling apart. The smaller hazmat steps in, hooks up the tank, and I know what's next. They slice her right lung open, stretch it wide, and I see the tissue rip, slow and wet. Red strings snapping. The hose goes in, pumping sulfur gas and glass shards, and her whole chest jerks. Blood sprays out, mixes with mucus, and she's choking, coughing it up in big, frothy globs. The glass is shredding her insides, grinding through her airways, and I can almost feel it, sharp and cruel, tearing me up too. My hands a blur now, and I'm panting, eyes locked on the screen, every gurgle and twitch pushing me closer. The big guy yanks the tube out of her throat, and her screams cut off by this flood of blood, spraying the camera lens. It's beautiful, that red mist dripping down the feed, and he's talking to her, low and growly. "You smelled it first," he says, smearing ether across her face from his burned-up hand. I don't care about the words, just the act, the way she's choking on her own mess. "They've been dosing her," he says, prepping her lungs for me, and that's when it clicks. She's mine. My order, my girl, built from scratch for this. My stomach flips, and I'm so close, riding the edge, watching her diaphragm get sliced, slow and deep, muscle peeling back in wet ropes. Her last breath's a fountain, blood and air blasting out, and it hits the lens full on, streaking red across my screen. The feed cuts, black for a second, then loops back to the start, her chest opening. The shears, the acid, all over again. I finish hard, gasping, whole body shaking, the towel soaked under me. It's the best I've ever had, worth every damn coin. I sit there, catching my breath, replaying it in my head, the pop of her lung, the glass grinding, the way she broke just for me. I'm already scrolling the site again, wallet open because I need more. Maybe next time I'll ask for 2, double the lungs, double the mess. They've got my taste now, and I'm hooked, a junkie for the red. Later, I'm cleaning up, still buzzing, and I notice something. The stream's got a little tag in the corner, metadata I didn't catch before. Lung Chaser, it says. Her handle, I guess. Funny, I've seen that name in the chat logs, some newbie poking around, asking questions. Didn't think much of it then, but now I'm laughing, this sick little chuckle. She wasn't just meat, she was one of us, chasing the same high, and they turned her into the show. That's the kicker, the twist that keeps me grinning as I shut down my rig and crawl into bed. I sleep good that night, dreaming of wet gasps and cracking ribs, already counting the hours till I can bid again. This is the Curator. I hope you've enjoyed today's scary story. Until next time.